Hey, hello. My name is Tony, and welcome to my channel. This is my first live feed on YouTube. I'm not using any special software like SOB or something. I'm just streaming directly to YouTube from the laptop. I also have a normal video stream later to edit in a time lapse so we can speed up the build process if you are watching later, but this is going to be the raw thing. I'm gonna explain about 3D printers, and let's get started. 3D printers are very popular now, and you can buy these kits that you build yourself. Let me explain how this works. To explain that, it's maybe good to go back to the old inkjet printers when the print head just moves from left to right. So if you want to print a circle like this, it will just print until you have your circle. I hope you can see. Well, a 3D printer more or less does the same, but now you only have your 2D, your left, right, and your back and forward. So you have your X and your Y, but you need now also your C. So how do you do that? Well, instead of printing with ink, we print with plastic, and that's called a filament. And we just melt the plastic, and we just put layer by layer by layer until we have the object. So what does that look like? If we print a layer, then we lift the pen and we print another layer. And we do this again, again, and again, and again, and again, until we have our object. Okay. So how we move the pen up? Well, let me show you. Here you have two types of systems. You can move the pen like this. This you don't see too much on the budget printers because it's very complicated to do this budget, because if you have a tiny movement here, it results in a big movement here. So that means it's very hard to do this with budget parts. So they probably use this one, that you move the print head back and forward, or you do the platform where your object is on, you move that back and forward or left to right. This is called the bed. In these systems, you have the two-pole system, and a pro for the two-pole system is that it is, you don't need too much material, so budget-wise, that is good. And it makes the printer very easy to work on because you can access it from all the sides. There is a gun though, and that is the print head. Can move left to right, and it can move up and down. So that means for your third direction, you need to start moving the bed. And with the two-pole system, you need to move it back and forward, which is not necessarily ideal, because then what you do, if you have your pen and on the two-pole frame, it moves left to right, and it can move up to print the layers, but you are moving your object. And if you do that too much, you see already your object could get unstable. So that's why this is what a kit from Ender looks like. It's the Ender 3. It's also a two-pole system. And you also have the 4 poles, and it's actually a cube. And the nice thing of the cube is that you can move the printhead 2 directions, left to right and back to front, and then you only need to, well, this one is also moving the printhead up and down, and then you have a lot of movement on one part. So what you usually do with the cube system, the 4 poles, is you start moving the bed, and the bed moves very slowly, so you're not moving your object too much. So is a 3D printer fast? Well, it is not at all. The layers, the slices we print are like 0.2 of a millimeter. So it needs to fill the first circle. Well, that will take maybe a minute or more, depending on the size, of course. And then it needs to do the second layer. So you already need 5 layers for a little object of 1 millimeter. So if you want to do this coaster, this is 3 millimeters. So that means it is 3 times 5 minutes, so it's already 15 minutes to print this little object. And this is the 4 pole. So let's open the box and see what we have. Let me play the title. So, here we have one. It's the Ender 5. It's the Ender 5 Pro. And it is a cube, it's 4 pole. And yeah, what makes the Pro a lot better than the normal 5, that is Creality. That's the company that built these printers. They listened to the community and they noticed a lot of people did upgrades to the printer, like the extruder, that is the part that feeds the plastic, or the main board, because it was kind of noisy driving the motors. And all these parts, they have changed in this one. So if you are a regular user, well, this is my first printer, so probably I'm a regular user, I will not have to do many upgrades. So it will just work. Let's open it up. Let's see what we find. Well, it comes with a nice manual, pictures. So it's like building a Lego. Well, I think I can do that. Perfect. And the display. You can open this really well. Put in the box. Very fancy looking motor. This looks like the extruder. It's the feeder of the ink. As you can see, this is already the improved part. It is all metal. And this is what some people in the community would already have replaced. This because the one from the Ender 3 and 5, this is plastic. The motor, of course, is just the motor, but All these wheels are metal now, so that's an improvement. Okay, what we have here. Okay, this looks like the bed leveling. So it will move the floor up and down. What that we have seen now in the 4-pole system. It will do move the bed. Here we have the bed itself. It now comes with a magnetic protection, and it's because your object is going to be printed here, so it will be stuck to the bottom. And to take it out, you can use a scraper, but now they have this flexible magnet in between, and then you can just take it out more easy. Let's put that over there. And then we have the top frame here. Okay. So here you can see the top frame. It can do the X and Y movements by moving like this. It's a nice product. And here they did something smart. They use one motor and they drive both sides. So then you don't need to worry that if you use two engines, they need to be synchronized. And with this trick, just to put a longer axle in the stepper motor, you are absolutely sure that they are synchronized because it's just one axle. So that's very nice. And there should be more intakes. So what we have, there's a lot more. Look at it. We have our filament, that's the plastic, and that we're going to print with. Instead of putting a little, they really put the big spool. So, thank you for that. It's correct. Let's see, get something here. Okay. And about this plastic, the filament, it mostly used is the PLA. It is it's like a plastic wire, 1.75 millimeters in diameter, and it's biodegradable. So even if you are using some power with the printer, at least the plastic is biodegradable, which is nice. And it's one of the most popular plastics also because you don't necessarily need a heated bed, and it's just more easy. So as a start, use the PLA. Okay, what else? What parts we have? We have here the bolts, 4. It's a building a cube. Package, and they even put plastics in between so you don't damage it. That's also very nice. So for a product from China, this is very well built, I must say. We have another looking box. What does this have? Okay, it has the power cable, and it even has the Tools. This is great. You don't even need to have your own toolbox. I also forgot mine, so that is very nice. And we have some nuts and bolts. Look like spare parts also. That is nice. And oh, it has a USB card reader. Okay, very nice. And the scraper I was talking about to scrape it off. So, and this is looks like something you can put the roll on. The scraper we also need right now. Okay, then we go to the main board. And they done this a lot nicer than before. First I take the box. No, this is it. This is a lot nicer. Look at this. They put pictures everywhere. And this really is the Ender Pro. So we're sure they put the right thing in the box. It is switched to 230 volts. It's also okay. And even the build plan is also here. The installation instructions. So for if you lose the book, I guess. This one is the Ender Pro, as I said before, and they listened to the community and what they did. The older version of the board. This is the 115 board. And it has the new stepper motor drivers, 2208. And so if you're a regular user, you don't need to replace the board because it's an 8-bit board. It's not that much, but it only has the drive 3 motors. So yeah, let's try to build this thing. Where is it? This is probably gonna take a while. If you're busy, you just watch my other movie later that has been edited. I will just keep going. We need 8 of these. Yeah. I don't think I will do enough right now. Even comes with tie wraps and a nice glitter. Thank you very much. That is nice. Okay. The tools look actually quite nice, shiny. You can even go around the corner if there's this little ball. It's proper tools. Okay, we need to eat 8 of these. Oh, they look symmetrical, so how can it be? Put them from the bottom. They are a bit greasy, the screws. So, let's see. It's quite smooth. Yeah, the right size. it surely looks like a nice product. No? It's good quality, even the manual. No? It really guides you step by step what to do. So I'm even can do this. What they also did with the main board, so they didn't only change the main board, they also used the meanwhile power supplies, and it is seen as one of the best brands in power supplies. And I think in the Ender 3 or the Ender 3 Pro, they did a little weird step, and they did replace those with another brand. And the community didn't like that. So now in this Pro, they put again the meanwhile power supply, so I like it too. Yeah, this building thing. It only fits one way, so just okay. Two more. It's a lot more stable. Well, if you are familiar with the Ender series, then you probably know that these the operating system they are running. It's a Merlin, and even though this is the latest version in the Ender series, because you also have an Ender 5 Plus, and it's more or less the same as this one, only it can print much larger objects. But it is, I would say, that model is a little bit older than this, so this is the latest. But even though they replaced the main board, as I told you, it is still the 8-bit board. And that is fine, because you don't need to do too much processing. Now it just needs to move 3 axles, switch on and off an heater, and that's about it. But being at 8-bit, it does limit you to a maximum amount of memory. So using only an 8-bit board, I will limit that. So this board, even though it's the newest in the series, it is 8-bit, and that's why it's running Merlin. It's the latest version of version 1, but the whole community and all the development is already done on Merlin version 2. So you can upgrade this board, but being it 8-bit, you have memory limitations, so that means that you probably need to switch on and off certain options. You don't use. Very popular option to switch off is the SD card support, because you're probably gonna connect it directly to the computer, and that's possible because with this new board they also pre-installed the bootloader, so you can just connect it to your PC. And the versions before didn't have that. You need to install your own bootloader. Okay. That's for normal use. Version 1 of Merlin is perfect. Okay, let's see what we need to do now. Mainboard facing you, engine on the right side. So that should be this. How does this? Okay. Now I need to look carefully what I want to do. Let me just put my screen here. Okay. Okay, I just made a mistake here, I see. I didn't pick that up in the drawing. It seems to have a hole here in the side. It should have a hole in the side. And I don't have that, so I probably have this upside down. Okay. Well, it's like an IKEA, no? When you're almost finished. It turns out you have the last board doesn't have the correct holes. Probably took a wrong turn somewhere in the beginning, and then the whole process starts all over again. So. So now it would be nice to watch the time lapse instead of the the live stream, because this will take a little bit. So here the holes are correct. Here the holes are correct. Okay, so it was only one, so I was lucky. So we'll try again. Board facing me. Stepper to the right. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Yes. They say add screws, same size. I only put it body in. It all lines up very nicely. This is really a quality product. I like it. Okay, here it goes. Okay. Put one inside here. It doesn't align to. Nice. Take out this one. Try again. Just to make sure. Yeah, this is better. Which one again? This one goes. Okay, no problems there. Let's see. Yeah, same story. This one. First align this one. Yes. And then align this one. Okay, now we can tighten all the corners. Not too tight yet, because I like to it's set a little bit. Well, it does look quite big, to be honest. Now I need to find out where to put it. Well, this could be a time for you to go grab a coffee or something, because I'm just continue doing this. I'm enjoying. I hope you are too. So it's all process. It's my first printer. Now I'm excited. It's nice, and I like what I see now. It's well, mostly self-explaining, and it looks like a good quality. It's nice aluminum. It's not that heavy. I think it's like 12 kilos when it's fully put together. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll not tighten it much more. It's aluminum, so it's stuck. Okay, oh yeah, now I see this. You see here the tube. The tube is it's a Teflon tube. They call it the Capricorn, which is also a better quality than the standard Endor has. So that's also from the community, and I listen to that. So by default, you got your Capricorn tube for the filling. Okay, what we need to do next? Okay. We need to connect the platform and eraser. This one. Quite. It looks very nice, you can see. No? It is the stepper motor. It has the high quality end switches, so it cannot raise too much that it will shit down. So let's put this in. I think if we put this back, it's probably the most easy. And then we just Okay. Two screws in the bottom and two screws in the top. And we need to use the 5x30. That should be these ones. I will not screw it tight because away from our roof first. Maybe like this, you have a better look. So we put them in there. Perfect fit, right? I think it's really easy. Nothing is bended, it all just fits right into place. They really took a lot of time, I think, to make it look good. Also, there are no sharp edges, so they really took their time to make a good product, which is nice. Okay. Now we can apply a little bit of force to tighten it a bit more because all the screws are now connected. But it's aluminum, so when it's tight, it's tight. Okay, looks to be good. What is the next picture in our Lego? Yeah, we put the bed. What screws I need? It is the 4x10s. These are these little ones. With all its little rings. As you can see, it has this special well, you cannot, special anti-vibration rings. So, because when the bed goes up and down, there could be a little bit of vibration, of course, not too much, because also the object will catch the vibrations, but to make sure that the screws stay tightened, they put these little spring rings. So, a lot of holes in this one, so I'm not sure where to put. Okay, let's start. 3 and 3, okay. Now let me get first the back. So it's a bit smaller, yes it is. I use that smaller tool. And the last one goes here. I saw another review about the Ender 3, and they in the manual they said not to put all 6, and I don't know why, because here it clearly says I need to put all 6, so I don't know why they have changed their mind. Probably more screws is just better. Maybe they wanted to save 2 screws, because there were 6 holes there also. As you can see, the bed also has a cable, and it is to heat the bed. So depending on the filament, the plastic that you use, you can use, you need heating in the bed, and that's to make the object stick better, especially the first 2 layers or slices of your print. Because if it doesn't stick and you are printing and then halfway the print process, because a simple coaster will take you 15 minutes. If you're really printing a large object, and this printer can print up to 30 centimeters, so it's 22 by 22 and then 30 centimeters up, so you can print huge objects. So it will take hours. And you want your product not to cool too fast, so that's why you heat the bed. But for the PLA, the one that you're using, it's not necessarily. But if you're printing like nylon, you also need, because the nylon is toxic, so you need also to get your fumes out. But I'm just gonna print PLA, and then it's not really necessary to heat, but I advise to do so anyway, because you just have a better stick on the bed. Well, it has the cable, so why not use it? Okay, and this I can do a bit tighter because it's metal on metal, but still, I don't want to force it too much. Also, maybe I made a mistake, and I need to take it out again. Okay. What is next? I still have some screws left, so I think there's more. We need to add the extruder, and that was a red thing. It is here, yes. And it is on the right side as well. Okay. Needs to be put here on the back. I will turn so it's easier to see. It does have those weird square nuts that needs to go into the frame, and I should have watched this before, because now it will be a bit harder to put those in the spare parts. We need to do, we need to put, now I'm confused. This engine goes here. And this is the extruder, so this one pulls the plastic. And somehow this needs to go here. Why is it like this? Okay. Well, if I knew this before, I would have put this in already, because now it's kind of tricky. But maybe if I put them here and drop them in the bottom, it will be okay. Yes, that's possible, and now I need to turn. Okay, that's one. That did work. Same story here. Put them, turn them 90 degrees, and well, they fall out. Okay, we try again. Okay, there we go. Good. This is really tricky. Now it is. I probably should not have done it like this. Okay. Good. I'll put it back as it was, and then we probably just need to turn it. Probably is more easy than I thought it was. So let's try to put it at one. Here. Okay. Now it will work out immediately. Yeah. Little space in between here. That is correct. That is correct. This is on the right side. So this is the stepper motor. It's called the extruder, and it will pull the plastic and push it into the print head, which is called the print head is called hot end because it is hot. It's around 200 degrees depending on the plastic you use. So it's quite hot. To put the other thing. Well, I'm not gonna fall for that twice, so now I'm just gonna. So, imagine. Well, depending on the roll. Okay, so we can put our roll here, and it will be pulled into the print head. So that looks good. Okay, next. So we have our picture, looks more or less the same. We are going to put a display. It's a nice looking display, and it has a turn knob to go through the menu and a push button to select. So, there were some comments about people that the back is just open, so you can touch the electronics. But we have a 3D printer, so we're just gonna print our own cover for this. So that would be a nice first project to do so. This goes right here. There is a little plug. X1, well, probably number 1. Let's see what we need to do. Now it goes in number 3. X3. Okay. Now on to 3. So that goes here. Let's put it here. Oh, and then break it. Not at all. Here it is. Oof, this is a bit tight. Oh, why did it Looking nice with the okay. Well, as you can see, it's not like your standard HP printer that you just plug in and you plug in the driver and that's it. And I'm not going to even show you today how to print because you need your 3D model and you can download those from several websites or you can design it yourself. And then you need to put it to your slicer software. And that's a software that calculates how many slices need to be printed. And if you need support printed. So it will take a lot of time to install that on the computer and everything. So I'm just going to stay with the build. And then in another video, I will explain how to do this. So we need to connect all the cables. And we have a bunch of them, so but hopefully it's labeled. And it does look like it. So yeah, we have a whole bunch. Okay. Let's see. It says on the top it says X, so that needs to go to X. Let's is that? Oh yeah, they have nice pictures of where to put which cable, so I will just do that. Also, I really speak for themselves. I'm not sure if I want this cable like this, or I want it around here, or at first we just connect this. Okay. That one, let's start with the picture first. We have here the switch on the top. That was both X, so we should have two X's, so that's probably the longest. So here we have an X. Well, it's one cable, it's two wires, I mean, so it should be the switch. Okay, little notches, so you cannot put it the wrong way, but it's a switch, so it probably doesn't matter. Okay, you just click this in. It's very nicely labeled. They have these little labels. X, well, this is the X engine. Now you push that in there. I need to see how I put my tie wraps because it needs to be moving. But also I don't like loose wires. So when it's all done, let's see. Then I have my Y, and that is in the back. Yeah, it's this one. And I think I'm gonna have my cables outside because then I will tie them because then the inside is completely free to move as it should. Okay, let's put the stepper motor. X. This is also X. Okay. Okay. This is Y. This is the one. Okay. Then you have the Z that goes up and down, so we got this. Probably this one. Yes. And then the motor is on the bottom. Yeah. This. Okay. So you need to find your way with all the cables because mechanically also their stuff is in the way. Here is this engine is on the bottom. I thought I would bring the wires outside, but then I just don't have enough cable. So you know what? I will just lift this. Not necessarily too happy about this. I know what I can do is just peel off a bit more. And then it can go around like this. Yeah. Okay, that's. Then we have another stepper. E, that's the extra. Let's put it down. Okay, I think that is all the steppers. Then we have all the other little cables. The hot bit is connected. This is his temperature. Probably just matching up. And names, what is this nozzle? No, I need the other one. This is the bed terminal. That is deze. Nozzle leader. This goes to the nozzle. Okay. You just put the colors on the right color, that's not that complicated. And with the thermistors, the heat sensors, you just need to look on this because the heat sensors are both white cables. But the heat sensor for the bed, of course, goes to the bed, so that is also not that complicated. Now I'm just connecting because this one says heat sensor for the nozzle, and it goes up here, so that's the nozzle. So, this is also something for the nozzle. I don't know what it's for. This is the fan. Okay, the nozzle needs to be cooled to the fan. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's finished the build. I'm not going to put the power plug in because I need to carefully read the manual to do all the right steps not to break anything. We are also around an hour, so I think it was enough. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here in my first live stream. And if you like to see the shorter version, which I can also imagine, I will put later another video with the time lapse. So it will speed up a lot and then you only have the information. So thank you. If you think the video was nice, you can put a like. If you want to be updated with when I post a new video, you can just click the subscribe button that you find anywhere or otherwise in the main page of my channel. Thank you much. And we're gonna stop. That was cool.